winter. Tired of the rain and the cold. No astro for weeks. I think it's time to pack up and head north and see if we can find some clear skies. The plan is to go far enough north to get out of the rain and clouds. The Bureau of Meteorology has been reporting that Kew, a small town about 650 kilometres to the north, is looking to be clearer than Perth. It's a semi-arid area with less rainfall than here. If we went further north, then the chances of clear weather are better, but we only have 4 days, so Kew is it. The caravan park is reportedly pretty good, and due to the small size of the town, the light pollution should not be bad. There are less than 200 residents, but there are a few mines outside of town. Mines are often a source of light pollution, so this will be a location survey as well. According to Google Maps, it's 667 kilometres the way I plan to go. Have to make sure we don't fall a kilometre short and meet old Nick on the side of the road. You can see from the map that we transition from the green agricultural region in the southwest of the state to the red mining and pastoral region. The two regions are roughly delineated by the rabbit-proof fence, which we'll cross on the way. As you can see, Kew is pretty small and mostly obscured by bushes. I didn't have the right footwear to go rock hopping to get a better picture. No commitment, I guess. The first part of the trip is through the wheat, sheep and canola of the northeastern wheat belt. Then we cross into the open rangelands of the Midwest and Murchison. It's mid to late afternoon by the time we arrive. The caravan park office is closed, but they've left an envelope on the door with our details, so we find our site and get set up. The weather so far is looking promising. Because at home it's cloudy and it's rainy, and here it ain't. The door just creaked open. The next morning I take a stroll into town. There are a lot of impressive buildings here from the days before the gold ran out, and the population was measured in thousands then. There's not much here now. 2 small stores to get basic supplies and the roadhouse for fuel. The pub, the police station and the Shire office. That's about it. Just having a wander downtown. This is the old jail. First stayed in Kew in 1968, and the laundry at the caravan park was in the old jail there. Looks like they've done a bit of restoration on it. There's a cell door there and blah, blah, blah. You're going to be 27 today. Considerably above what was going to be at home. So let's go down, because it's not a big town. There's not much here. Let's see what there is. The police station. And this is the Great Northern Highway. Trucks coming through all night. Bit noisy at the caravan park, but not too bad. Truck coming through now down there. Most of them are road trains. Wait till this one comes through and we'll see how long it is. This is just a little one. Three hauling explosives for the mines. I love the way most of these places have retained their verandas. And the old pubs over there. idea what that is. Nomad. Yeah, it used to be a nice cafe here. But it's still here and open. There's a rotunda in the middle there is quite famous. I'll put notes in the notes about it, because I think who is it, Roosevelt or somebody, some American president, worked here as a mine engineer. And that's some of the distances up there. So we're 650 kilometres north of Perth, and that would make us about 700 k's north of our place. About 100 kilometres north, I figured. And it's 3,324 kilometres to Darwin. About 2,000 miles if you use those kind of units. The road train. As I mentioned, they go all night. While I was strolling along without the camera running, four the carriage car trailer road train went past. But as usual, I missed it. So Workman's cottages here. By the looks of the air conditioners hanging off the side, I would say that they are inhabitable, and they rent them out. And make no mistake, the fireplaces might still be operable, because we're quite a long way from the ocean here, and at night it can get very cold, down close to freezing. Okay, so this is the bit where I officially complain. The weather has not turned out as predicted. Come up here to sort of semi-arid land because the Willy Weather and Bureau of Meteorology said it should be sunny, little bit of cloud, blah blah blah. And the nights that were supposed to be cloudy have had clear patches. I could have set a telescope up, and the nights, it hasn't worked out. And tomorrow night was supposed to be very good, but now is looking to be clouded in. It's cold, it's rainy, but here you go. Having said that, caravan park's good, facility's good. That's the laundry and everything there. Was refurbished 8 years ago. It's getting a little sort of second-hand and tired, but everything's neat and clean. Easily come in and stay here again. And one of the other advantages is that you get a seniors discount here, and it's not expensive in the first place. Yes, instead of being out doing adventurous things, confined to quarters more or less, old people here sitting on our devices.
Well, don't forget we've been watching the Olympics.
Yep, or at night. But yep, go down and get something for lunch in a minute. But until then, whether or no whether there are things to see, so we jump in the car and head over to Wolga Rock. This is an impressive Indigenous rock art site, and it's worth a visit if you're in the area. So this is Wolga Rock. And at this time of year, the wildflowers are out. I'll show you some of those in a minute. Mostly everlastings or paper daisies. interesting. Quite pretty. There's white ones as well. Purple doodads. It's a woman. The chuckle off in the distance, she's trying to get out of the shot. So this is the main site where the rock paintings are. Got some paintings up under the ledge here.
Someone took some.
Or it splintered off with the water. Classic handprint there. Some are very faint and the rock faces actually come away over the years. Some are quite distinct though, like this one. If I remember correctly, because I've been here before, there's some quite special ones a bit further up.
Something moved.
Lizard. Could be a snook. Trying to get far enough back. This one goes a couple of metres up the rock. Looks like they've been putting like silicon sealant on to divert the water away. See where the water's been running across and erasing the etchings or the paintings. Some bird footprints there. Seen at Noalangi Rock in Kakadu National Park, they've done the same thing. You see where the surface of the rock is eroded away there. Some more interesting flowers. It's quite lush along here because of the water that runs down off the rock. Probably one of the reasons why people would have been here too. A good shelter and probably water available here because there's not much water in the surrounding country. Here's quite a big gallery, this big spectacular overhang here. There's Angela's walked off, that's about 20 metres high. Really big emu footprints there. I'm not going to hop across the chain and put my hand there or anything. You don't want to touch any of this stuff. Here, wiggly one there, legless lizard track or something, I don't know. Oh, just coming up to one of the interesting ones. One of the new ones. This one there in white ochre. It's right along there. And right up there is quite a famous one. This one's pretty famous. It's a ship. So probably done in the 19th century when these people first saw European ships. There's some more classic type hand imprints, hand stencils there. I don't know what that is underneath. So I'm not a Audrey person, so I don't know. And it's probably a spirit person there. But again, I don't know. Don't take my word for it. Very pleasant spot, this. There's swallows nest up there. Another one of these big granite rocks off in the distance. Miles of the yellow everlastings here. Ones we've been seeing on the way up have mostly been the white ones. Somebody else just arriving. The boss. This is a patch of the white everlastings that I was talking about yesterday. Yes, it's tomorrow and we're out flying here. We're out looking for an old emerald mine. See what we can find. Taken a short side trip to the once thriving town of Big Bell, which used to be here. All that's really left now is a couple of, that looks like a church or something over there, and of course what you needed in every town on a mine, the hotel. It's got quite a nice Art Deco front to it, or what's left of it. Wander around there in a minute, but yeah, I was here in 1968 and there were a lot of houses still left here then, deserted. So yeah, an awful lot's gone. The mine has opened up again. We camped, I don't know if you can see in the distance over there, we camped over there and had the big tailings which were green from where they'd processed them with cyanide, and we were mucking around doing all that, and there's a big open cut pit there with water in it, and we were doing what you do when you're like 12 years old, throwing stuff into the open cut pit because it was like miles down. See if I can dig up some of the old footage that I've got. We took home movies in the 1968 trip. This is the facade of the building. So in 1968, I think it still had the roof on and everything. Still in bad condition. And part of the whole story that relates to my family is that when my mother was young, before the Second World War, she caught the train from Perth up to Kew, about 700 kilometres. You get the train then, there's no passenger trains now, and the train from Kew out to here, as it was all still a working enterprise then. There's the mine and the tailings over there. Trying to get it to zoom. Oh, there we go. That's the mine tailings over there. That used to be just a massive pile of metallic green sand. Yeah, as I mentioned, I'll see if I can dig up some footage of here from the home movies we took in the 60s. Anyway, off back to town and a cup of tea time. Just spotted this CI line knot. It's complete with bullet hole. The railway station. So it would have been sometime after 1936 that my mum came up. And that's what the hotel used to look like. And some of the shops. Yeah, none of that now. It's a sort of explanation about why most of the mining here is fly in, fly out now, because when these towns thrive, and there's a lot of these old ghost towns out here, but when the ore dries up, the people leave and the towns die. Some more images. Guys down there washing. The town there, according to the sign, the picture of the town there was taken from that water tower over there, which dates from then. A very interesting thing there is this picture here is an air raid shelter being built in a backyard during the Second World War, because Western Australia was bombed by the Japanese in this. And that's the town plan. Anyway, that's it. Head back for a cup of tea. That night finally turned up clear with some clouds scheduled to roll in later, so I set a telescope up and did some astro. This is a rig I use for a quick bit of astrophotography, which is why we went in the first place. For anyone that's interested, it's my SV Boney ED80 cheapo 80mm refractor. I'm using a focal length reducer to get a bigger field of view. The mount is my ZWO AM5, which is much lighter and more compact than my old HEQ5 mount and is perfect for travel. Camera is a ZWO ASI294MC with a Barda light pollution filter. I don't know why I bothered with the filter. On this trip I used the ZWO carbon fibre tripod, not the bigger, heavier Skywatcher tripod in this photo. The target for the night was NGC 6188, also known as the Rim Nebula or the Dragons of Ara. I got 181-minute exposures before high clouds rolled in. I'll show two images from the same data, one with the natural processing I normally do, and one a bit more extreme to show some of the features better. The next morning it was time to go. The weather was lovely. We filled up at the roadhouse and headed off south with an 8-hour drive ahead of us. Clouds or no clouds, it's been a nice break, but I wish I'd been able to get more telescope time in. Maybe next time.
Yeah, so you get these 4 trailer road trains up here. This one is full of explosives, ammonium nitrate, and we've seen 2 others with the ammonium nitrate bag just left. Yep, so we're off home today. 80 to Mount Magnet, 223 to Paynes Find, and 650 to Perth. A lot of rare occurrence along here. This is the main road up to the main mining centres, these big wide loads.
Okay.
So with another 4 or 5 hours driving to go, I think I'll sign off here at Paynes Find and just concentrate on getting home. Look, she's lost. So see you later.
So one question I have is, first of all, I don't know what kind of doctors she took the trial to. There are a lot of, obviously fringe doctors out there, fringe labs. And why would they have tested him for antimony oil thing? So that's curious. Saying it was in the 97th percentile doesn't really tell us much either.